By virtue of the powers vested in me as the Chief Executive Officer, I constitute this gathering a congregation of STADIO. Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this STADIO Spring 2024 graduation ceremony here at our Waterfall campus. What is a graduation ceremony? A graduation ceremony is the culmination of the graduate's academic journey, and it marks the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. It is an event to celebrate academic achievements and all the hard work that goes with it. The graduation ceremony is also an historic event for graduates and their families, as the graduates will receive their degree certificates at this event, and this degree certificates opens new opportunities for the graduates. Opportunities that might change their lives as well as the lives of their families forever. And today is not just a historic event for our graduates here on my left-hand side, it is also an historic event for us as an institution. Today and this week is the first graduation series that STADIO holds here at the Waterfall campus. This campus in the past was a single school campus, meaning we only hosted the School of Education here, which offered only qualifications in the education discipline. Today it is a multi-school campus, hosting the schools of education, the schools of commerce, the School of Law, and also soon to be added, the School of Information Technology. So the campus now offers a comprehensive offering. Next year, ladies and gentlemen, we will introduce our newly developed and designed and very exciting BCom accounting degree exclusively here at the Waterfall campus. The BCom degree in accounting is a pipeline qualification towards the PGDA. For those of you who do not know, STADIO, through its brand Moorpark, for the second year in a row, is the biggest provider of CAs, Chartered Accountants, in South Africa. This is an achievement that we are very proud of, and I think let's give it a nice round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, please allow me the opportunity to welcome the following people in person on stage. Firstly, our heads of schools, Dr. Treyla Oosthuizen. Dr. Treyla Oosthuizen is our head of school for the School of Management and Administration. Jeanette Smith, head of school for policing and law enforcement. Also on stage, two of our heads of campuses. Firstly, the head of campus here at the Waterfall campus, Dr. Farana Baruch. Farana, thank you again for hosting us here this week. And then from the neighboring campus, Ms. Marjorie Tladi, our head of campus at the Centurion campus just up the road. A special word of welcome to our keynote speaker this afternoon, Ms. Samantha Ntuli. Samantha, thanks again for making the time available to be here with us this afternoon in addressing our graduates. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to your keynote address. Welcome to you. Campus registrars, Darina Voljoen, as well as Belém Herbert, doing all the hard work behind the scenes in making these graduation ceremonies possible. To all the STADIO academics and support staff, our academics, ladies and gentlemen, always go the extra mile in supporting our students to be successful in their studies. A special word of welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. Your presence makes this event extra special for our graduates. From all of us here in the front and this institution as a whole, we want to thank you for your continuous support and for being here to support our graduates this afternoon. Without your support, a lot of them would not be here. So, graduates, let's stand up, turn to them, and let's give them a nice round of applause for their continuous support. This brings me to the VIPs of this afternoon, our graduates. I can see and feel the excitement here on the left-hand side. Let me start off by saying, you've done it. You've made it. Well done. Congratulations. Let's give them a round. We are super proud of you. From the certificate students right down to the PhDs here in the front. Graduates, this is your day. Remember, a graduation is a celebration. Enjoy every moment of it. You have permission to celebrate late in the night. And if you want to go to bed with that gown, do it. Ladies and gentlemen, STADIO's purpose and vision is to empower the nation by widening access to quality higher education. We believe the only way that we can improve things to the better in this country is to give more people access to quality higher education. South Africa is still one of the countries with the lowest higher education participation rates. Less than 10% of South Africans hold a degree certificate. So us here at STADIO really believe that this is one of the biggest reasons also why we have such high unemployment rates in our country. So we want to play a significant role in addressing and rectifying this situation in our country. We do this by growing our student numbers and really becoming a big player in this industry. Our student numbers have doubled over the last 4 years, and we currently have just over 50,000 students registered at STADIO, making us one of the 7 biggest higher education institutions in the country. We believe with these numbers that we are well on our way in empowering the nation. But we also realize that there is still a lot of work to be done in this regard. Everything we do at STADIO is underpinned by our WWS. The first W standing for widening access, giving more people the opportunity to get into higher education. If you do not qualify for that degree that you want to do, we give you the option to start with a higher certificate or a bridging program, and then build you up to get to that degree that you want to do. Secondly, alignment with the world of work. That means STADIO ensure that our programs are relevant and that our graduates are sought after in the workplace. We do this by inviting industry into our institution. From where we design a new program, we get the inputs of industry, guiding us in what is needed for our students to be successful in industry. Inviting industry into the classroom as guest lecturers, and then very important, getting their involvement in the evaluation of our programs and giving us feedback of how our graduates are performing in the workplace. By doing this, we are confident that we will produce graduates that are sought after and will have no difficulty in finding quality jobs and also be in a position to start their own businesses out there in the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, at every graduation ceremony, there are many amazing stories to share from our graduates. Unfortunately, we do not have the time to share all these fantastic stories. But please allow me briefly just to share one such amazing story of one of our graduates here this afternoon. 13 years ago, this student took the decision to change his life and to start with his studies. At that stage, he was 33 years old, married, and had 2 children, and employed in the construction industry. He never had the opportunity to go to a public university or any other higher education institution for that sake. In 2011, he registered for a diploma in management at the then old Southern Business School, today part of STADIO. After his diploma, he immediately continued by registering for the BBA, which he completed in 2015. In 2017, he completed his honours degree. In 2018, he completed his master's degree. And ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, we're going to confer the doctorate degree to Dr. Harry, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. You are an inspiration to all of us and somebody to look up to. I'm sure all our students share in this fantastic achievement of you. Harry is currently an estimating manager at Anglo-American Platinum. So he really, ladies and gentlemen, changed his life over these 13 years of study. Once again, congratulations to you, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude by welcoming our new Kulisa Student Share Scheme holders to STADIO Holdings. For those of you who do not know, STADIO Holdings is a listed entity on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And we are the only institution that offers our postgraduate students shares after completing their postgraduate degrees. So today, all our honours, master's and doctorate degree students will not just receive their degree certificates, but they will also receive their share certificates, making them shareholders and co-owners of the institution. So congratulations to all of you, our new shareholders. They are actually our bosses, people here. Ladies and gentlemen, with that good news, I want you all now to relax, sit back, and enjoy this joyous occasion with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Forster. It's now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this afternoon. Samantha Ntuli is a seasoned expert in the fields of training and development, adult education, with a career spanning over 2 decades. She is the Managing Director of Sissant Training Solutions and Projects, where she leads various initiatives in accreditation, facilitation, project management, and skills development. She is currently pursuing a Master's in Adult Education at the University of South Africa, and she has a deep passion for imparting knowledge, particularly in adult education. She's an accredited assessor and moderator for various CETAs, actively involved in the skills development, mentoring, coaching. She is also a avid runner, and a member of the Waterfall City Athletics Club. Some of her accomplishments includes managing Grad to turnkey residential construction project within 7 months, successfully delivering CETA and QCTO accreditations, Best Student second position, and top group recognition award at the WITS Business School, Aspen Gender Identity in Leadership Skills Program. Thank you, Samantha, for taking the time. We're looking forward to your message.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. I greet you all. I would like to acknowledge the campus management, our CEO, the lecturers, and most importantly, acknowledging the parents, the families, and lastly, our VVIP staff. Sorry, not staff, but our VVIPs, that is the graduates. It is such an honor for me to be here, but before I start with my speech, I couldn't help thinking about today being the 30th of September. I was actually meant to, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Baruch, my speech was supposed to be on the 2nd, but due to last minute changes, then I found myself coming in today, and I'm truly honored. So September is actually a Deaf Awareness Month. So just to acknowledge, diversity, a quick, a couple of prompts. This would be hello, and most importantly, when we are applauding or clapping in the deaf community, this is how we do it. So even, just in silence, this is how we acknowledge and, do the clapping. My speech this afternoon is going to be on thriving beyond the comfort zone. I have to be honest, this is probably my 5th version as I thought about it and looking at, schooling, post-schooling education, looking at, graduation, looking at just the general difficulties that graduates find themselves. The other day I was reading an article, it's American-based, and they were talking about how graduates, especially the young people, are finding it difficult to stay, employed. And this is mostly due to certain skills that they lack. So I'm hoping my speech, specifically for the first time or the second time graduates, is going to be applicable. But I'm also hoping that, seeing that we're also having masters and PhD graduates, it's definitely with that motivation of knowing that we've got NKF level 9 and 10 in our presence, so it's definitely going to be inspirational. So the reality is today we stand on the threshold of possibilities. Just like each and every one of you, I couldn't help thinking that on the 10th, if not the 11th of January 2001, I was also somewhere at the University of Johannesburg, sitting, being a graduate, filled with excitement and a bit of uncertainty. And I mean, the reality is, some of you might be sitting there with uncertainty, yes, being a graduate and what's going to happen next. So this moment is actually very special, celebrated. And as I showed you before, I would like us to give ourselves, or give you specifically, a hand of applause, but acknowledging the deaf community. So congratulations. So celebrate, you've earned it, but remember, this is not the end of your journey. This is actually the beginning. And what I want to emphasize is that the beginning of this journey is actually defined by the connections that you make. the choices that you embrace, and the challenges that you will overcome. So I didn't want to go into itemizing or even listing some of the life skills that I'm going to impart or some of the tips. So I decided to use a storyline. So herewith the story begins. So we are going to use an example of a young lady by the name of Zanele. So Zanele doesn't really matter, what qualification she started on, but the young Zanele, a young professional, like many of you, graduation, the graduation ceremony happened, full of hope, full of confidence. Now the reality with a lot of graduates is that you know that you've worked hard, you know where you want to go, you know you want to make a difference, but you're not exactly sure how you're going to make that difference. Because the path, as we are busy embarking on that journey, usually the path is unclear. So the interesting part about Zanele is that although the path wasn't clear, she was willing to take the first step. So whether it's tomorrow or next week, I do urge you, take the first step. So along her journey, Zanele discovered vital lessons, and these lessons I would like to share with you today. So lesson number 1 is connections. So going back to our Zanele, early in her career, she realized the power of connections. A chance meeting at a network event, she was introduced to a mentor who changed her perspective. And through this connection, it opened doors she never imagined would open. She learned that success isn't necessarily a solo endeavor, it's built through relationships. And I want to reiterate, because when we look at the vast diversity of this audience, we've got young people, we've got elderly, it doesn't necessarily mean when we're looking at connections, we're looking at Facebooking, TikTok, Instagram, we're specifically emphasizing that human touch, that connection. So success, as I've mentioned, it's not always built on a solo endeavor. It's built through relationships, built through collaborating with others, and finding mentors. I know mentorship, it's something that, sometimes it's frowned upon, it's frowned down upon, because now you have to have somebody who overlooks what you need to do, who guide, who babysits, but that's not the case. Mentoring, you have to look at someone who inspires you, someone who will challenge for you to become, better. So as you move forward, invest in your relationship. Do not underestimate the power of a kind word. Don't underestimate the power of a shared idea or the support of your peers. Stay connected. Going back to Zanele. Zanele was talented, but just like many other people, she had moments where she felt uncertain, whether, is she doing the correct thing, whether are things even going according to plan. Because the reality is, sometimes we might plan that, we'll finish, our degrees on record time, we will find a job immediately after graduating, and things don't go accordingly. So going back to Zanele, what carried her through was her consistency. So I want to reiterate consistency. Show up every day, even when it's tough. Even when you don't feel like it, get up and show up. Over time, consistency builds confidence, and that's a lesson for all of us. Confidence doesn't necessarily come from perfection. I mean, if we are honest enough, what is, perfection? There could be various definitions of perfection, but what is perfection? So, most importantly, with confidence, it comes from perseverance. So, keep learning, keep studying, and keep showing up. Life lesson number 3, commitment. Now, going back to our lovely Zanele, there was a moment where Zanele found herself having to take up, tough choices or tough decisions. She was offered a job that wasn't aligned with her values, and sometimes it does happen. A worst case scenario, the reality with South Africa is that due to the high level of unemployment, you find people have to, do strange requests in order to find work. They have to bribe, they have to, but the reality is sometimes, to find work, they are forced to, do things that challenge, their values. And that's not easy. So instead of taking the easy road, should I say a road that is promised with, quick success, it's not going to be, the easy way that will, reap, good rewards. So what is important is, with passion, remain passionate about what it is that you want to do. That decision, going back to Zanele, wasn't easy. She had to walk away from those promises of quick successes, but the bottom line was that this actually helped her, those choices, it helped her to shape her career. So what I want to emphasize is that your journey will be presented with choices that, question your values, question your integrity, even when those rewards are not immediate. Just keep in mind that this will set you apart. Next life lesson that I want to talk about is compassion. A lot of times we see on TV, especially nowadays, there's flood victims, people not so far from here, I think just about 3 kilometers down the road, was an apartment building that got burnt down. So as you can imagine, the trauma that people go through, those challenges. So compassion is something that we need to, practice as, people. So going back to Zanele's journey, just like anything, just like ordinary life, we're always faced with, challenges. So what's important is, when we look at compassion, you need to learn to be compassionate, so practice self-compassion, and also towards, the others. So sometimes you might find, your colleagues, your neighbors, even your siblings, struggling. So instead of judging, reach out. That's what Zanele also did. So this simple act of care not only has the ability to strengthen relationships, whether it's professional or personal relationships, but it also has the ability to build resilience. So be compassionate to yourself as you face the inevitable, because this life does have, its dips, its ups, and there will be challenges. So be kind to yourself, love yourself, and display compassion to others. I also want to talk about choices. So the reality is, just like Zanele, we often find ourselves faced with many choices. Some of these choices are small. Some of these choices, they can affect, family. They can be life-changing. But the reality is, if we have to focus on what Zanele and her career trajectory is all about, was that in her toughest moments, Zanele realized that the path to success isn't always straight, it's filled with rocks, it's very hilly, and sometimes even, going down, it can be like quite a steep descent, and therefore, it might not lead to that desired destination. So what is important is that what matters the most, make sure that the perfect choice, you learn from it and you grow from it. I mean, there are people that, are not always successful, meaning they will always be always faced with, challenges. And sometimes you might even find amongst you, and I'm also one of them, where, I wasn't able to complete a degree in record time. But just waking up, showing up, doesn't define that failure. So keep in mind, be intentional with your choices, but don't be afraid to fail, because failure will often lead to the greatest insights. I spoke a little bit earlier about challenges, and going back to our Zanele, she faced many challenges, just like each and every one of us. So from being passed over, with promotions, because sometimes she didn't agree, or she didn't do things that challenged, or that challenged her character, that challenged her, values. But what is important is that some of these challenges, you might find that, one is facing, for example, low self-esteem or imposter syndrome. But what I want to reiterate is that at the lowest, that's where you actually find strength. So the truth is, challenges are not there to weaken us. They are there to build our resilience. So embrace that hard times, because through overcoming adversity or challenges, that's where you'll be able to discover your true potential. Comfort zone. I once read somewhere where it spoke about, for you to reach your destination, or to progress in life, or to grow, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Growth doesn't necessarily happen immediately. So what I want to reiterate is that here you are, graduates, you've got many challenges, you've got many choices that you need to take. Take a leap of faith and step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes, even if it means you have to relocate, just like my storyline, Zanele, she had to relocate, move abroad, excuse me. It's terrifying. So you can imagine somebody who has never lived outside of a community having to relocate. But such opportunities can actually groom one, to be able to step out of that comfort zone and eventually evolve into a lovely butterfly. So what I want to reiterate is that be brave enough to take those giant leaps, no matter how daunting they may seem. Lastly, I'm going to talk about communication. Through Zanele's journey, communication was one of her greatest strengths. Whether in interviews and engaging with people, there's always mention of communication, and I think some of us are quick to jump to the conclusion that when it comes to communicating, you are just verbally saying something, and hopefully somebody else will get the message across. And I think with so many challenges that we face, the reality is being a great communicator, in essence, lies in being a good listener. So being able to truly listen, you get to communicate clearly, you get to have those honest conversations that will build trust, And I mean, trust specifically now in today's world is invaluable. Whether you're going to be leading a team, whether you're going to be engaging with clients, whether you're going to be nurturing friendships, and also being a shareholder, especially, our postgrads. So how you communicate will be the foundation of your success. So today, ladies and gentlemen, you might find yourself being at crossroads, just like our lovely Zanele. So this moment right now, this is the time to actually celebrate the culmination of years of your hard work. I mean, as you've heard, we've got one of our PhD graduates, took him 13 years, and this is actually a very lovely, motivating story. My message to you is, take some time to pause and reflect on what comes next. How you shape the next chapter of your life, it's basically up to you. I've given you some of those life lessons, and what is important is learn from your education, learn from the support system that you've achieved, but what is it that you're going to embark, especially moving on now, is completely up to you. So in conclusion, we can see that Zanele, just like all of us, we have our journeys, and with these journeys marked by connections, making sure that you connect with people, you engage, you make sure that those people, they motivate you, they inspire you, seek mentorship, face those challenges and failures. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of the world. Sometimes we have to fall a little bit, get up, dust yourself, and move on. Don't forget to practice compassion. Be kind to yourself, be kind to the world around you. Don't forget to make choices that are intentional about what is it that you want to achieve. And be meaningful, because the world is waiting for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, go and thrive. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha, for sharing Zanele's life story. I'm 100% convinced that our graduates will take one or all of those life lessons and implement it in their personal and work life. Once again, thank you. I now request Mr. Martin Sarai to present the names who appear in the program. Martin, thank you.
Good afternoon. Hi, are you hearing? Good afternoon. Now that sounds better. All right. Now, what I'm expecting today is congratulatory messages. I'm expecting to hear, "That's my baby." I'm expecting to hear, "That's my husband."
Yes. Yes.
"That's my wife."
Yes.
"Forever yena." All those funny names, I'm expecting to hear it. If your husband is not saying, "That's my wife," call his name. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the highest certificate in preschool education on the following students. The certificate is an NQF level 5 qualification with 124 credits and a minimum of 8 modules. Oh, I thought it's the husband. G. Smith. Rolisang Ndala. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the highest certificate in management of the following students. The certificate is an NQF level 5 qualification with 120 credits and 6 modules. Sibongiseni Hlobe. Yvette Joseph. Musimane Happy Kalai. Mbombo Kambala. Ukwena Kau passed with 3 distinctions.
Yes, yes.
Sehameti Kwedia Club. Gloria Kumalo passed with 3 distinctions. Roslyn Groth. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the highest certificate in paralegal studies on the following students. The certificate is an NQF level 5 qualification with 120 credits and 7 modules. Telia Kenani. Kufo Mahani. Okezo Maja. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the diploma in management on the following students. The diploma is an NQF level 6 qualification with a minimum of 360 credits and 14 modules. Petros Jonas.
Someone's husband.
Breadwinner.
Yes, yes.
Conferral Kikana. Candice Kelly. Yes, another crash. Nare Habi passed cum laude with 6 distinctions. I thought I was going to hear somebody say, that's my crush. Nolin Hambi. Moloko Kana. You should know that that is the Minister of Finance. Matilda Cosima.
Emotional.
Nonkosi Kumar. Yeah. Kitumetse Kwana.
Zaza. Matumba.
Hey, another crash. Between Kosi passed cum laude with 13 distinctions.
Yes.
Breaks. Body presence.
What am I getting?
Masoli Kubo.
At such a moment, taking distinctions.
Thomas Scott. Patience Kolomute passed with 7 distinctions. Ndondeni Madumbe. Felicity Madikani.
People.
Felicity Madikani.
Well done, Grad. Seriously, boy.
Uputwa mgalowana.
Akana mtu na?
Yes, Bana.
Songi Leliti. Lodoli Yehodi.
Joliva. My dog. Someone's doll.
Tembekile Loeto.
Yes.
Liguane Manda. Shamil Mabure. Keith Mabasa. Notoro Mabena. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Advanced Diploma in Management on the following students. The Advanced Diploma is an NQF Level 7 qualification with 120 credits and 6 modules. Noma Homba Bekrezi. Emmanuel Chiliza.
Chilas.
Eunice Bifoloko. Peter Godongwa.
Yes, Rosa.
Another crash.
All right.
You can governor past cum laude with 3 distinctions. Asanda Gwakula passed with 3 distinctions.
Oh, but now. Ayo. Yes.
Sibukazi Kabashi.
Yes.
Johanna Shomwani.
It's Johannes. Yes. Acho Rosa.
Anya Yugo.
Are you Rosa?
Sherin Jacobs. Barbara Kekana.
Asenjani libala?
Nete Kepa.
Chama isso tu quer ele? Oh, Sandra. Oh, man.
Dikele di Kana.
Yes, together. Yes, my love. Yes. Together. Nam TKK.
Fuyokazi Kosi. Ramvula Kahle.
Oh, Novula.
Ring.
Tonga.
Oh, Sana. From here too.
Sibusisi Wekowa.
Yes, this is
Mushroom.
Yes.
Please come on. Passed with 3 distinctions. Ntokozo Goto.
How dogs say?
Sandile Kumalo passed cum laude with 4 distinctions.
Mingwe.
Kaza kamingoro. Sebenzile nana.
Sfiso Kumalo.
Bafiswana. Class yakho ilapha.
Kumlani Kumalo.
Ay, Kumalo. Ay, de Kumalo. Yes.
Sanele Kumalo.
Silent God. The Kumalos.
Liam Clayton Smith.
Show me here to play. Plenty.
Smith.
Yes.
Grace Mekanaka.
Yes, Chobi.
Akanyana Lekodi. Kulekani Matenjo. December Mukwena. Patricia Davangela. I now call upon my colleague Sam Mukamwe.
Hi Sam, hi Sam.
Yeah, I just want to
Sam, hi.
say from Samantha, thank you, colleague. To the colleagues that are coming now here I've got a message from a gentleman and a lady there. They're asking that please don't be economical with your smiles. Teach them for free.
Yes.
There are no toll fees from the CEO. You stop here, you shall not pay, and you proceed that way. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Policing practices on the following students. Is an entry of level 7 qualification with 370 credits and 90 modules.
Hi Tommy, yes Tommy.
Dennis Kilze.
Yes.
Peter Jansen van Rensbeck. Mr. Jansen van Rensbeck, pass cum laude. Amanda Chukwa. Sivui na live.
Yes, Tommy Zethu.
Next time we shall really say that this way.
Yes, thank you, Tommy. And I'm locked.
Le Conferral Kanaka.
Yes.
Aisha Kumar.
Yes. Right. Marisa.
Constance Kwadi. Remoni Levota. Simpiwe Lampe. Jackson.
My husband!
Remember, this qualification is Bachelor of Police. Pretty Mademoiselle.
Yes, shoes. Now, who's this?
Pinky Masangu.
Yes.
Rosina Masangu. Musamo Major. Majola passed cum laude with 10 distinctions. As long as you are mature. You can figure that out. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Commerce in Law on the following students. The degrees and NCAF level 7 qualification with 319 credits and 23 modules. Xavier Lesalerwa. Mabula Lesalerwa. Pasaren Shakti Wadi Mariale Roake. Matete Lepate. Kahiso Magaku. Nompelo Magidiba. Jimmy Masangu.
Abrajima. Yebo.
Lucia Masangu. Sipo Makoba. Laura Malachi. Gilmore Madimwa. Lindiwe Masodo. round of applause for Mantiso. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Business Administration on the following students. The degrees and MQF level 7 qualification with a minimum of 360 credits and 18 modules. Olivia Baloy. Anna Marie Ellis. Michelle Ford. Bongelile Gilinza. Sebo Huirman. Nospiwe Gozo. Riaz Hajif. Sizipho Hlathi.
That's my cousin, and today is her birthday.
Mohammed Hussein. Mr. Hussein passed cum laude with 18 distinctions. Another round of applause for Mr. Hussein.
Oh, sana. Oh.
Antia Joseph.
Ah.
Matthew Kubeth. Tisetso Lehare. Tabise Lissofe. This will take further stuff. Hazel Lotare. Thank you, Mommy. Tutumani Vuma. I shall follow the footsteps of the father. Dr. Vuma's son is Dr. Vuma that is conferring.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Indoor on the following students. A degree is an NQF level 7 qualification with 370 credits and 22 modules. Koketo Miller. Alome Majadi Show. Generally, this Mota passed with 11 distinctions.
I'll make it pro.
Kurs Nchi. Kachutselo Munyazi Wat. Takalo Musinyali. You shall give Mr. Takalo. Okay. Next time you must teach me what again is. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Business Administration honors on the following students. The degree is an NQF level 8 qualification with 132 credits and 9 modules. These are the shareholders. Rosina Ma.
That's my flag here. Come on,
Linda Cosa.
You go, Makosa.
Paulina Lake. Felisani Marasi. We are teaching it very low. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Policing Practices honors on the following student. The degree is an NQF level 8 qualification with 120 credits and 7 modules. Ana Mabetwa.
God bless you, my daughter.
Thank you. Philip Lerato Kawe. That's the connection that Samantha was talking about.
Yes.
Thank you, Media. Neville Landmark. Don't go straight to the general media. Cynthia Ekana. Ms. Kekana, she just reminded me that she's my employer, she's the shareholder CEO.
Yehuda, employer.
Kakamatso Gilead.
Oh,
Matume Hare.
oh, Father of the King. Kids are here. Breadwinner. Yes. Yes.
Benedicta Madonsela. Hi, Mommy. Wanga Makalan. I can see there's a prolonged closure of eyes for some because they can't see me. Thank you. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Laws, LLB, on the following students. The degrees and NQF level 8 qualification with 255 credits and 16 modules. Kateho Maput. Tato Mashaba. Elijah Masurele. You can see the movement is fast. They charge per minute. Those tariffs. So you can see the waste of time. Tembaga C. Ofiwa Mudau. Sarina Nanabai. Ms. Nanabai passed cum laude with 6 distinctions. Thank you very much. Sydney Nzab. Mfuno Nema Dalan. Thank you. I now hand over to Dr. Postgraduate to continue with the program.
For your donkey.
Now we get to the big guns.
Yes, yes.
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 Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Master of Management on the following students. The degrees at NQF Level 9 qualification with 180 credits and 20 modules. This topic is challenges experienced in the effective implementation of an automated payroll system. Case study of payroll processes within the city of Ekurhuleni. The supervisor was Dr. Susan van Zweel. Mentor Lecture. This topic, exploring the strategic leadership and innovation nexus at the selected technical and vocational education and training college in Fizili, Dobi district. The supervisor was Dr. Chris van Sept. Lazarus Madingwani. This topic, enhancing the project management officer's monitoring and evaluation function through business intelligence at the Department of Transport, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. The supervisor was Dr. Sakile Manyati. His topic, strategic leadership, leveraging authentic and transformational approaches for enhanced court operations effectiveness at the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. His supervisor was Dr. Nofindo Deer. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Master of Policing Practices on the following students. The degrees at NQF Level 9 qualification with 180 credits and 6 modules. Mangalani Flumwani. His topic, exploring factors affecting stakeholder engagement in the implementation of sector policing at Protea Glen Subs from 2022 to 2024. His supervisor was Professor James Albrecht. Maputi Kagare. A topic, the significance of diversity policies in improving the performance of Gauteng police officers with disabilities. The supervisor was Dr. Lillian Skuma. Marupeng Matutoko is topic factors affecting the successful implementation of the Human Resource Development Plan at Chilhok. To seek results, the supervisor, Dr. Bunju Kuwe.
Class member to one, see if you to specialize in.
Mr. CEO, I request you to confer the Doctor of Management on the following students. The degrees at NQS level 10 qualification with 360 credits. I am honored to present the doctoral candidate, Gillian Lutz, to you. She has completed all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Management and successfully defended her thesis, a case study on the continuation of government services when faced with disruption in the Western Cape, South Africa. In the candidate's thesis, she critically explored the factors that should be considered for business continuation in the public sector when faced with risks and disruptions. It emphasizes the critical role of preparedness, effective communication, and continuous improvement in maintaining service delivery during disruptions. The research concludes by contributing a multifaceted business continuity management framework tailored for the Western Cape government, enhancing operational effectiveness and resilience. As supervisor was Professor Flip Schutter. She has demonstrated exceptional academic ability and commitment throughout her studies, and I'm therefore pleased to recommend Gillian Lutz for the degree of Doctor of Management. Mr. CEO, I'm honored to present the doctoral candidate, Gerardus van Heerden. He has completed all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Management and successfully defended his thesis, Talent Management for Project Success in the South African Mining Industry. In the candidate's thesis, he applied talent management as a critical success factor for project success within the CAPEX projects in the SA mining industry. Through the study, additional critical success factors were identified that should be considered and could impact project success. The study contributes to developing a progressive talent management model for project success that adds to the growing body of knowledge on talent management and project management. His supervisors were Dr. Sandra Stein and Dr. Werner Meyer. He has demonstrated exceptional academic ability and commitment throughout his studies. I'm therefore pleased to recommend Gerardus van Heerden for the degree of Doctor of Management. present the last candidate.
Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. Mr. CEO, I request you to confer a Doctor of Policing on the following students. The degree is an NQF level 10 qualification with 360 credits. I am honored to present the doctoral candidate, Johanna Patricia Kruger, to you. She has completed all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Policing and successfully defended her thesis. The title was Towards the Professionalization of the South African Police Service Utilizing Tertiary Qualification. This was the case study of Western and Northern Cape middle and senior managers. In the candidate's thesis, she examined the professionalism in the South African context as per the requirements of the National Development Plan 2030. The study reports on the pragmatic aspects of the NDP that provides and hands-on the roadmap for the implementation. It further illustrates the required steps and framework to achieve the intended transformation in terms of policing strategies, structures, and operational procedures within the South African Police Service. Her supervisor was Professor Jill Steyn. She has demonstrated exceptional academic ability and commitment throughout her studies. I am therefore pleased to recommend Johanna Patricia Kruger to the degree of Doctor of Policing. The person whose names were not read but appear on the program received their qualifications in absentia. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Buma. I would like to call on Ms. Marjorie Charlie to do the congratulatory address.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try again. I think we must be happier now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Evening.
So I want to quickly observe protocol. The Chief Executive Officer of STADIO, my employer of choice, Mr. Chris Forster, and your whole cabinet, academic and non-academic, all protocols observed. All families and friends of our beloved graduates and our lovely graduates for the evening, I'm here to talk to you. I have to pause and say you look beautiful tonight and you deserve a round of applause. What a joyful day. I feel very honored to stand here before all of you and to see so many happy faces this evening. Each one of you dreamed of this day, the success that you'll be achieving, and you have also made it a reality tonight. Graduation ceremonies are truly uplifting and full of energy. So let me begin by saying congratulations to each and every one of you. On behalf of STADIO, your lecturers, and everyone who supported you on this journey, we applaud you and we congratulate you. For many of you, it's been hard work, many years leading up to this moment. No matter how long this journey was, I'm sure you can remember the day you first enrolled, whether it was at your campus or online or wherever you lived at that time. Do you remember the excitement of being accepted into your chosen program? The anxiety of not knowing what was laying ahead? Receiving your first study guide and seeing the list of tasks, of deadlines of those assignments, tests and exams. The nerves before your first examination and the relief when you recognized the questions on that paper. Do you remember the long wait for your exam results? The student's journey is full of hard work, sacrifices and persistence, as well as dedication. Many of you had jobs that you had to juggle around between your full-time work, family responsibilities, and your studies. There were probably weekends where you had to tell your friends and family that you couldn't join them for that party because you had an assignment to finish. Maybe there were moments when you felt like giving up. But here you are today, having found the strength and time to complete your studies and earn your qualification. Some students dropped out, not because they couldn't handle the pressure, but because they couldn't be as strong as you persisted. And for that, we salute you. However, you did not get here alone. Many of you were helped by a lot of people to get to where you are. Your parents, your family, and hopefully some of the inspiring lecturers. Some of your loved ones worked long hours to pay for your studies. Others gave you rides to campus, can you remember that? And sometimes all it took was a friend or a colleague asking you, how is it going with your studies? I encourage you to take a moment today to think about the people who supported you during this journey. If they aren't with you here today, take time to call them after this event and let them know how much you appreciate their support. A simple thank you can leave a lasting impact to individuals. Today, you can also take pride in the fact that you are one of the few South Africans who hold a tertiary degree. Less than 10% of the population of South Africa has achieved what you have today. Use your achievement to inspire someone else in your family or community. Remember what Nelson Mandela said, when you let your own light shine, you unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And you need to be a role model to everyone out there. Now at STADIO, we are deeply committed to social development and civic responsibility. You are now the hands and feet of STADIO in your community. And we have full confidence that as one of our graduates, you are equipped and ready to use your education to change lives. Now in closing, I want to thank you for choosing STADIO. STADIO was your partner in your lifelong education, and we applaud you for that. We hope we have inspired you to chase your dreams. And if that means pursuing another degree, you are always welcome, we are waiting for you. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. So I'm standing here tonight and saying, be the change you want to see in your own community. Now, once again, beloved graduates, congratulations.
Thank you, Marjorie. We will now have a choir performance and then followed by the singing of the national anthem.
dissolve this congregation.